Welcome, everyone. We have some breaking news about Six Flags and Cedar Fair merging together. Hold on. What was that? Huh? Seriously? Okay, well, apparently this happened a couple weeks ago, so this is late news unbroken. But apparently Six Flags and Cedar Fair are merging together, and I want to discuss how that could impact our beloved Six Flags St. Louis. Come join us. I went ahead and scribbled down 10 questions I have about this upcoming merger, so let's get right into it. The first question I have is, what? My mind was blown when I just saw this news. Like, what? The two biggest amusement park chains in the country are merging together to create a super amusement chain? That is absolutely insanity to me. Six Flags has been struggling monetarily for years, and especially after COVID, their stock prices have plummeted, and I know firsthand because I'm a stockholder. And I just never assumed they would actually merge with their biggest competition, Cedar Fair. I always thought that they would maybe sell off some of their lower performing parks to another company, and this is just absolutely shocking that they went in this direction. The second question I have is this good? I mean, my first instinct was yes. Six Flags is going to get that Cedar Fair money, but is it good for Six Flags St. Louis, or will it just still be neglected, or will they just sell our park off to another company? A lot of questions to be answered. I think it's a good thing. I hope it's a good thing. I hope they invest money, but I guess time will tell. The third question I have is, what's this all going to cost us? Right now you can get daily tickets for Worlds of Fun in Kansas City or Six Flags St. Louis for roughly the same price, $35, $45 in that range depending on the day. But the season passes are a little bit different on how they do it. At Six Flags St. Louis, you can get a season pass for as low as $65 or $160 if you want the preferred parking and to visit any Six Flags park. At Worlds of Fun, it's about $90 or $110 if you want the Halloween option. But then if you want to go to multiple Cedar Fair parks, you have to pay like an additional $100. So now you're in like the $220 range. So my question would be, if they're going to merge the companies together with 16 Six Flags parks and I think 11 Cedar Fair parks, which would make it 27 different theme parks, and that's not even including all the standalone water parks. Are they going to increase the daily tickets? Are they going to increase the season passes? What's all this going to cost? It'll be nice to not have multiple season passes, but to do to two separate companies, we can just condense into one, but are they going to jack the price up a lot more? My fourth question is kind of similar to the third question. Will these two companies operate together, or will they still operate as two independent entities? You know, such as Disney owns Marvel, they own Pixar, they own Lucasfilm, they own Fox, and all those companies are separate entities within the big company of Disney. Will this new company operate Six Flags and Cedar Point independently, or will they will they blur the lines and we'll start seeing Cedar Flags over Great America Point or something like that? Are we going to start seeing Six Flags the actual flags pop up in Cedar Fair? Are we going to see, Cedar Fair branding in Six Flags? Unknown. The fifth question I have is in regard to like special events like Fright Fest, Holiday in the Park for the parks that have that. or any other kind of events like Cinco de Mayo or Oktoberfest, will they be taking the best features of those and kind of making their own new events for these parks? Or will they again operate independently and you won't notice any difference? I'm hoping they do incorporate some new events. I've said many times that the ones at Six Flags St. Louis are kind of stale. Fright Fest is a great event, but it's kind of the same thing every year. And some new events, even if it's a separated ticket event, a paid event, would be nice. The sixth question I have is, will we see some new characters in the parks? Right now, Cedar Fair has a contract with Peanuts characters, and Six Flags has a contract with Warner Brothers for their DC characters and their Looney Tunes. Will they allow one of those contracts to lapse? I don't know the specifics of any of those contracts, but they might not need the Peanuts characters anymore. Who knows? But will we be able to see Peanuts characters in Six Flags Park? Like, will we get a Snoopy snow cone machine stand? And if we don't, I will riot. And will the Cedar Fair parks get Bugs Bunny? That is interesting, and that is one of the questions I have. The new company's never going to get rid of the Warner Brother deal because just about every ride has to do with a DC or Looney Tune character. They've incorporated the name into everything, and they're not going to change it. The seventh question I have is in regards to, what is the quality going to be? Now, a lot of people complain that Six Flags is the lesser of the amusement park chains. They're dirty. That's just kind of the perception. Now, those people haven't been to Six Flags St. Louis because they have a lot of faults, but lately they have been very, very nice and clean, I think, as for an amusement park. They've made a million improvements over the last 3 or 4 years. There's very little to complain about with cleanliness. I think the people that complain just haven't been there in a while. But Cedar Fair has always been known as the more clean, pristine park, a little more upscale. It's like the Target to the Walmart. So will they incorporate a new image into the Six Flags parks, especially Six Flags St. Louis? Will they get people on board with a more clean, pristine park? Okay, the eighth question I have, and the most difficult question, is, will Six Flags St. Louis even exist after this merge? Yes, the park's going to be there. It's not going anywhere. But will it be a Six Flags park? Unfortunately, anytime these big mergers happen, huge companies, they lay off a lot of people, they merge parts together, people take on new responsibilities, and they sell off parts that aren't making money. And Six Flags St. Louis is on the bottom of the Six Flags food chain. They're in the bottom 5 of the parks. So will they even remain part of the company, or will the new company decide, we don't need Six Flags St. Louis, we'll just sell it off to the highest bidder. We still have Worlds of Fun 3 hours away. We still have Great America 5 hours away. We don't really need this park. And will that happen? I mean, that could even be a good thing. Maybe we'll get a new buyer. Who knows? But will it be a Six Flags? The ninth question I have is, when will this all even happen? Anytime there's huge companies merging together, it has to go through government regulations and get approved by stockholders, etc., etc. So there's definitely not going to be any changes next year in 2024. The earliest I see is the 2025 season, if that. So I don't expect any of these changes or anything out of the ordinary to happen until at least 2025. So nobody get your hopes up for a Holiday in the Park return, or a Charlie Brown Christmas, or the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown at Six Flags St. Louis. I don't see any of that coming anytime soon. But when will it happen? Hopefully sooner than later. And the final question I have for this new merged company is, when is Six Flags St. Louis gonna freaking get a new log flume? In addition to that, when are we gonna freaking get some new rides that people want to drive to this park to go on? Yeah, we've gotten a lot of auxiliary rides like Catwoman, Whip, and they've been refurbishing the carousel since 1974, and We've gotten the Rookie Racer, which is fun, but it's a kid racer, and we're getting the new Carnival Swinging Disc Ride. When are we going to get an A-list attraction? When are they going to RMC the Boss? When are we going to get a new roller coaster? That's what we want. If we have, hopefully, some Cedar Fair dinero, we can finally be a respected park. The Screaming Eagle. Oh my gosh, it's rough. The Boss is rough. We got a lot of good rides. We don't have a lot of great rides, and that's what we need. Please give us a few great rides. I hope you enjoyed this video. 2 weeks late. I'll try to be more prompt next time we have a big breaking update. But until then, hope you enjoyed it. May the adventure continue. We'll see you at the park in April 2024.